Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 101. My name is H, and I'm here with
Koba the Gorilla,
the other half of the Off Topic Podcast, the number one podcast in all of California, the number one podcast in the whole city, the number one podcast in the U.S., and the number one podcast in the world. Not only that, but the number one podcast in the whole galaxy.
and the number one podcast in the 626. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? We're here. We got some stuff lined up for you. You know what it is, but it's still off topic, you know?
Yep.
What will happen? We never know in off topic, you know? Someone could break in right now.
It's the most random podcast.
That would be sick as fuck, you know?
Like Randy Orton.
But we do have some prepared shit, some prepared boys, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, guys, how you guys doing today? It's a beautiful Wednesday night today.
Cozy.
Little day after work, but that doesn't stop us. We got some PBRs. My boy brought me some PBRs today, and I got some Ultras too in the fridge.
Nice.
Still, so anyway, guys,
So what's up? Good. How are you?
Good, bro. I'm chilling.
How'd you like the 100th, 99th, 98th? How'd you like the whole 100 journey?
Man, so now that we're back home, and first of all, I want to thank Gabe from Republic. He's a really great friend of ours, and I could say he's a friend, you know?
Yeah.
And for letting us record there, for opening early for us.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize for the people that lined up afterwards. I didn't know that was going to happen.
I was surprised, with all the support. Like, the Off Topic Army really goes strong.
But that kind of shows that we are ready for a live show one day.
I mean, we are.
I want to make it to where I'll be like, all right, you're going to close, and it'll be a private event. But I'll still make them enough money as if it were like a regular Friday or Saturday night, you know?
One day doesn't hurt, yeah.
Yeah, one day doesn't hurt. And then, I would just do that. How would you do it? Would you do like a 2-drink minimum, something like that?
Nah,
or just bring a shitload of people where it doesn't matter how many people. Yeah.
Just don't fuck up the show.
Oh, we'll kick them out. Yeah. We got security there.
Yeah, we got security. We got metal around them.
We got metal around them, yeah. Iron Man, and I'm not talking about the superhero.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, honestly, all jokes aside, bro, I really do think we could do it. And also, when we do it, it'll definitely be like that where I don't want like 20 of our listeners coming and then like 50 other regular people come and then they try to heckle or make the show about them or be like, who the fuck are these fools, and just try to fuck with it. So that's why Off Topic Army, when we do that, you guys need to represent and pull up and bring people. Mm-hmm. That way we can take that shit over.
Come from all corners.
Yeah. Because I feel like some attention whores would be like, oh, what the fuck's that? You know? Oh, let me be a part of it, or fucking, I'm not trying to get punked or nothing,
Obviously.
But that shit was cool, man. How do you feel now that the 100th episode passed?
I think it was a badass journey.
Yeah.
From the 1 to 100. I think it was fast too.
Yeah.
I forget, like, oh shit, time flies, you know?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is that it's still just us.
It is.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. But we have the Off Topic Army on our side, and we do appreciate them.
And it's a big family.
Yeah, definitely. My sister asked some questions regarding that, since we're talking about the 100th episode journey. And now that we passed it, sometimes you need time to compress what happened.
Correct.
He said, like, kind of a general question, I guess, but what have you learned about the podcasting world now? Like, how do you see the environment? Like how do you see us and stuff like that? Like, what did you learn about podcasting?
I learned that you could your mind is so creative when you're putting into work in a way of making art or creating content. I think it expands your knowledge in a whole different section where I think it's still relevantly new to the whole society.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know. Well, that's what I think, but that's what I learned. Like, there's so much to it where it's not just a podcast, but a podcast leads you to other things like musical wise, acting gigs, commercials, all this bullshit,
Yeah, networking.
Networking.
Which you said was your favorite part.
Yeah. Which that's what I truly like, because it brings you all these connections that you wouldn't have.
Yeah, exactly.
And I said in the previous one too. So I think that's what you really learn, or what I would take from learning. Obviously, we learned so much shit from fucking We've learned, I don't know,
the technical stuff.
the technical stuff.
Of course,
and then
right? Yeah.
We've had some bumps where, you know, like we wouldn't think we would pull some episodes or having great episodes, you know, like you just push yourself to a limit where like you find greatness in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. How do you feel when sometimes we think like something is gonna blow up and then it doesn't? Does it still discourage you?
It just makes me push more. Like it motivates me, and like, oh, you know what? Well, what did we do wrong, or should I not expect so many good things and then just let it roll and see what? At least I know if we put the 100% effort, we'll see what happens. At the end of the day, the people talk, the listeners.
Well, as long as someone's listening, right?
Correct.
And as long as we're consistent.
Not only that, but as long as they enjoy it.
Exactly.
Like that's my thing. Like I always, even previous episodes, like people would tell me, "Oh, I'm in episode 76. Hey, I like what you guys did here." Like, oh, hopefully you enjoy it. I always tell people like, hopefully you like it. Like that's my. At the end of the day, that's our main goal. Like making people's days with the podcast.
You know what I used to tell people when I first started? I was very like, let's say it was episode 13. Mm-hmm. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna start listening to it." I'd be like, "Oh, listen to episode 7. That one was a good one." "Oh, don't listen to the last one. It sucked." And now I'm like, yeah, listen to it. I don't know if they're starting from newest to oldest or oldest to newest.
A lot of people start from oldest.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm just confident that if they just stick around a little longer, I know eventually they'll get hooked with something. Mm-hmm. Well, it's like people say, like, "Oh yeah, like Breaking Bad, it's slow at first, but if you watch it, it's gonna be so good."
Yeah.
Even with movies, we watched Silence of the Lambs the other day, and it was like kind of slow at first, right? She's doing her FBI training, and it's like she's just jogging, and then finally, like it's like, "Don't touch the glass. Do not approach the glass. If he gives you something, do not accept it. If he asks you for something, do not give it to him." Like, and then it's like, "Oh shit!" Like we're gonna see Hannibal Lecter, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like as long as we get them to the point where they're gonna see Hannibal Lecter, Koba, and HT, that's when it's like, all right. And then next thing you know, it's one of the best movies ever that people still reference to this day. A lot. I feel like it's gonna be timeless for sure, and people are gonna be listening to us years and years later, and that's the cool thing. It's like the Sopranos podcast. Shout out Talking Sopranos, and that's why I want to have these guys on one day. We will. Where they say, like, they didn't know how special it was when they were doing it.
Yeah, like, James Gandolfini didn't think he would ever star in a movie with Brad Pitt later on in life.
They didn't win an Emmy till they were in the 5th season.
Fuck.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
and they ended, what, in how many seasons? 7? Or more?
7.
Damn.
Yeah.
So, and now it's considered one of the greatest of all time.
It's one of the greatest of all time. He's to this day, like, James Gandolfini. Every time they make a movie, like, man, you know who would have been good in that? James Gandolfini, you know? So I think we're in that stage where obviously it's still early. Like,
even though it's 100 episodes, but to us it's still like a stage where we're like kind of not in our growth. Well, we are growing. We're always growing, but it's more like I see like there's so much ahead. Like 100 episodes, it's a lot, but it's so little that we have so much to come.
Yeah, like to me, when we're at 1,000, it's gonna be like, wow, 100th. Wasn't even like close. We were still walking. We were barely learning how to walk.
That's how I see it. Like, oh shit, like yeah, it's 100. Like we've had so much. We have way more experience than most of the other podcasts, but we're still like in that. We still recognize where we're at, and we're not like creído, like oh yeah, you know.
Yeah,
like, we still have our foot on the ground.
Gas. Yeah. And also to answer that question more for Claudia, off-topic Soldier of the Year. Fun fact: all the awards are coming soon.
Vance wants it hard.
Oh man, there's some people coming for your title, Claudia.
Hey Vance, just bring a bottle of Blanton's and some
Rocky. Nah, he can't bribe you.
Rocky,
what is he, the mob?
Rocky Patel cigars.
What's he bringing me? He can't just bribe one host.
Hey, menthol cigarettes. Some menthol cigarettes.
Paul brought me 2.
Vance, make it 4.
Shout out Vance, and that's the good thing, right? We want people to be passionate.
We love the Raiders.
We want people to be passionate about like, oh, fuck that. I'm the Soldier of the Year, you know? But Gio's been creeping up, man. Gio's been consistent. And Holzer, too. Holzer since the episode. Holzer thought he was robbed the first year.
So we have a lot of outsiders, too.
Maybe we'll do Soldiers of the Year. But then also you can't please everyone. You know
we have Los Reyes.
That is true. Shout out Los Reyes. Shout out.
I forget his first name.
His name's Joseph.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, shout
Bobby
out
Wood.
Bobby Wood too, but also Bobby Wood didn't buy a shirt, and
Bobby Wood didn't have money though.
Yeah,
well, at least
they're
like,
kids. They're
yeah,
kids. That's what you
He's
mean.
a
Yeah,
kid.
you're not calling.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm like, hey, fuck you, broke.
What color is your Bugatti, Bobby Wood? Yeah, we're not saying that, but it's cool seeing them be competitive.
I was looking at the year of the PBRs here. It says 1844.
Ah.
You know what I was thinking?
What?
If Abraham Lincoln drank PBRs.
You think he did?
I think he did, like, all warm as fuck.
Yeah. Oh, there was no refrigerator. Probably some, just some ice.
I don't know how they did it.
Coolers.
How? They didn't have no igloos.
Ice, but they had ice though. They had coolers.
ice. They had ice, yeah.
Oh, igloos, like the actual
Like,
cooler. I thought you meant igloos like in the North Pole.
No, like, yeah, igloos, like.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that's the fun part. I'll add to that about what we learned about podcasting. I also learned, like, when I thought podcasting, I thought like Joe Rogan, like Mark Maron, like big stuff like that. But then when I got into it, and then obviously with networking and meeting people, it's like, well, you don't have to be that magnitude. You could be like, I'll even say it, IE and Friends. You could be like fucking all these other podcasts where like maybe the casual person doesn't know about them, but in reality, they're also making moves.
Big moves. Like,
and they have been.
Spotify headquarters and shit.
And they have been. And they were in Times Square, you know, shout out to them. And
making good money.
Exactly. You know? And that's dope, where it's like, oh.
I didn't know that either, actually. Like,
I didn't know that either.
I learned that from you, actually. You started, because Koba introduced me more to the podcasting world. I listened to a couple of them, but I wouldn't think you could make like money or like you could make some
unless you were Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
And that's
then
what I learned.
Like when Brendan would say like, oh, like I've only made millions just from merchandise.
Not even fighting for the UFC as a top 5
Brendan isn't Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's
like,
the crazy thing. Yeah,
but we're not saying we're doing it because of money. It's more like I didn't know the magnitude that podcasting. It's a growing platform.
There's a lot to eat out there,
and there's a lot of growth to it. Like we're not even close to it.
And that's what I'm saying. Where like those podcasts I mentioned earlier, like they're killing it, and the fact that they're not Joe Rogan and they're not like the huge fucking podcast that fucking your aunt down the street knows, but they're still fucking making it. And that's what I learned from the podcasting world, where it's like, oh, like if we are consistent, this could be real for us too, you know? Yeah. So that's what I learned. Excuse me, I had a low cough, but yeah. So that's what I learned right there. Do you have any regrets?
No,
me neither.
I think it was meant to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
I never thought I would be doing a podcast.
I feel like regrets are like, oh, I wish I would have had kids, or I wish I would have gotten that promotion, like blah, blah, blah. But it's like, regrets, no, because at the end of the day, we're still providing content weekly.
I don't want to be or sound selfish or in a way, but I feel like I always took it like the right moves. Like if I know what's right to me, I'll do that thing, even if it's risky, you know?
Yeah, that is true. You've taken some risk before, even outside of the podcast. So.
Yeah, so that's why I always been like, you know what, like I did this move for a reason.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna let anybody like outthink me or like change my mind, you know?
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll have regrets later.
Maybe, but I mean,
for now, I've just been enjoying the ride.
I'm enjoying the journey. Like I love like signing autographs for like kids, you know. Like,
yeah, definitely. That's for sure happened before.
Signing grandma's wheelchairs, you know.
Yeah. Fucking doing all this fucking cool ass shit, you know.
I have signed autographs actually.
Yeah, I know you have. I've seen footage.
I signed a kid's arm.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, like a little 4-year-old. Like it's from work though. Like some kid. I signed it last year. Like I took a picture with him, like a celebrity, and then this year he came back and I signed his arm.
Nice.
And I heard he couldn't wash it off.
He better not wash it off. That shit better be.
He tried, but he couldn't.
He couldn't?
Yeah.
You just fucking tattooed it?
Yeah.
You just drugged the child and tattooed your fucking name into his arm?
Like in 10 years, like, who the fuck was this guy?
Yeah, dude. That's just funny, man. Is there any guests that you for sure... And I'm not talking about, like, guests that have already came back. Like, Temo, shout out Temo. Like, we know we'll have Temo on again. Are there any guests that you're like, fuck yeah, like, I want to have him on again?
I want to have in person recently who we had, Zach Van Dyke.
Yeah, I want to have Zach Van Dyke on.
Maybe Dandy's been killing it also.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him in a year ago. You have, but I haven't to work on purposes. But he's a person that's still killing it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Anybody who we've had on, like, they always have the doors open.
Yeah, except for that one guy. Bill Cosby, but which is fine. I would like to have Lacey on too.
Cool
just
person,
again,
yeah.
right? Always great stories. So definitely, yeah. To answer your question, there hasn't been anyone where it's like fuck this person.
Yeah.
You know?
From 100 to 200 episodes later on, which we're still gonna be alive in the 200 episodes.
Yeah,
Just
of course.
Our topic isn't going away.
Yeah.
Is there anybody like say like, or are you making a goal of, I need to have this person on in the podcast?
Brendan Schaub.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I know it's a for sure, but I also want to do that work for him, and I want to be able to come back to him and tell him, yeah, I have done stand up, and we have been having more guests, and we have been consistent, like what he told us basically.
Obviously.
And I know we're not gonna fail him, so definitely that'd be by far the biggest guest we ever had. And I know if we do a good job, which we will do a good job, because I truly believe in you and I believe in me, and I think you bring out the best in me, and I bring out the best in you. Where in life you could only ask for an opportunity, and you fucking knock that shit out of the park, it's just gonna open way more doors, like
Doors you wouldn't expect.
exactly. And that's what I mean by like that would be the goal. Like if 200 episodes come, like if it's the 200th episode and we haven't had Brendan Schaub on, something happened where we fucked up. But I know it's not gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I know he's gonna do what he said he was gonna do, and not that he owes us anything, you know. But you get what I mean. Him. What about you?
I mean, I want to up you on like lost Hollywood celebrities, but
let's just do it for 100 more episodes. Like, let's be a little realistic.
Fuck. I don't know. Probably like I'd be satisfied with like an athlete or something. I don't have a name like that, you know, or like any comedian. Which I mean, Brendan Shaw will land on that, but
Yeah.
maybe Mikey Garcia, or I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I want, honestly. Like,
Yeah. You're a little crazy with the guests. Like,
Yeah.
you'll be like, I want to have Frank Sinatra on.
I would, you know.
And then you'll like, then there'll be like a robot Frank Sinatra. Hello, nice to meet you.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I don't like limiting myself. Like, I think like sometimes surprises happen too, you know.
Do you believe in manifesting?
What does manifesting get you though?
Manifesting means, so I'll pull up the.
It's because bitches ruined it for me. Because bitches always manifest that, bitch. Bitch, you got that guy. You hook him up to child support, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I don't believe. Like, they ruined it for me. Like I wish I could manifest too, but like some women kind of like, you know what? Like, you know.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Or I guess just dumb.
But what's
people,
the
right?
actual definition? Because they kind of ruined it for me. Like, to be honest, like, no bit.
Yeah, no, for sure. So the definition of manifesting is display or show a quality you're feeling by one's act and appearance is demonstrated. Like, basically, what you believe in, if you put it out in the universe and you really believe in it, that it'll become true.
It's because a lot of things that I guess manifest, I don't really take it out, put it out to the world. I just like, let me just do my work, and eventually it'll get there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't, I could manifest it, but if I don't do shit, like, I'm not expecting it to come over, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I could say, hey, like, you know, by the 146 episode, I'm gonna have Brad Pitt on, like, and if I do the same thing, like, it doesn't happen. Like, I know I gotta put in my work too.
No, definitely.
I basically just don't believe in like just saying things, you know, like there's got to be
There's got to be
actions
something,
too.
you know.
There's got to be a plan.
I get that's what you mean is if it's just saying and you're not doing it, it's
Yeah,
a little
like,
empty, right?
Yeah, like so many people can manifest stuff on social media.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So that's my thing. Just have a game plan to it, and
Yeah,
things will come to
so
where you want it to.
I know you've heard it, but for some people that have not heard it, I'll play Conor McGregor's definition of manifestation.
All that matters is how you see yourself. If you see yourself as the king, you know, you see yourself with all the belts and all everything. And no matter what no one else says, as long as you see that and really believe in it, then that's what's going to happen. You want to be perfect, you know, you're looking for perfection.
So that's what he's saying. That
So
still
like
gives me
seeing
goosebumps.
yourself.
Seeing yourself, but also obviously he's not gonna fucking in that 30-second clip. He's not gonna give the whole definition, right?
But it's
But he put in work.
It's good enough to, yeah. Obviously, like you know who he is, you know what he did.
Exactly.
One thing I could take from that, like I do see myself with those people.
Yeah, you do have that vision.
Yeah.
So I do believe in manifestation, but people leave out the hard part. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's always just like speak it out into the universe, bitch. Like you're gonna
not only that, but I do like I know we're good in that group that we have that skill.
Yeah.
It's not like just like welcome to off topic, dude. Like
it shows in the work we do.
Hey, homie, like. Come over, Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah.
You funny as fuck, fool.
Hey, tag him, tag him in the comments.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, did you get hit with the chancla too, Gabriel?
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're not gonna have dinner with Brad Pitt. No.
Like standing out is
like just drop out.
Just drop out.
Just drop out.
Cut a promo.
Just drop out. Like there's no need for you. Like you're wasting your time, kid. Like leave it for off topic podcast. The real heavy hitting motherfuckers in the whole industry.
The buffet's about to close and Koba's hungry, and you're deciding whether he should get corn salad or Caesar salad.
Koba should be signing the contract already, and he wants to close it for a $10 million deal.
And I already know what I want. You're still deciding. So, Junior, get out of the way. Let me cut in line of you at the buffet. And maybe if the buffet is still open, maybe you'll get your corn salad and Caesar salad. Correct. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But honestly, though, I do believe in manifestation. Like, I've been saying it.
That's kind of a good way, actually, that Connor put it.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking like, hopping back, but like, I do like that way.
Yeah. Well, because Connor put in the work. He didn't just say on his couch, I'm going to be a UFC champion.
Oh, and it took him a long time.
It took him a long time.
What? At 26 years old?
28. Oh, debuted at 26. Yeah,
but became champion at 28. Like,
yeah.
Sí le costó huevos, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it wasn't an easy process. It was just
Yeah.
more like the consistency and the hard work and the evolution of his game.
Definitely. And that's when I believe in it. But people always leave out the hard part, right? Mm-hmm. People always leave out the part where it's not as sweet sounding for them. Even with like and I'm not going to be like the fucking 1 millionth guy talking shit about astrology, because every guy does it now, and it's honestly like getting fucking annoying. But people say that like, oh, I'm a Leo. Like, Leos are strong and Leos are passionate and we stand up for what we believe in. But then they'll never leave out the negative part of Leos. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not true in my opinion.
That's why I don't believe in
They only say the dope shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I don't believe in horoscopos. Yeah.
It's only what benefits them, you know?
Yeah. No.
And that's why I have a problem.
It's like I say, like, like, it benefits me being this, because...
Shout out Leos, by the way, but still, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, definitely.
That's why I don't believe in rituals, really.
Like, Capricorns are good at fucking. Like, what if you have a fucking micro penis and you're a Capricorn? Like, what, you're still going to be good at fucking? Like, it's stupid. You know? Like, let's be a little real, you know what I'm saying?
Fuck me.
Yeah. Would you fuck me? I fucked me so hard. Silence of the Lambs
That's
reference.
Crazy.
Yeah, that shit was sick, dude.
A lot of cool movies coming out.
A lot of great movies coming out. Are you excited for the Iron Claw, the Von Erichs movie?
I am actually, like, especially like, I don't know. It's gonna be so bitch about me, but like, I like watching movies in December. Like, you know, you get all cozy with candles. You know, like pumpkin spice, because pumpkin spice is like the #1 scent in candles. I like that, like that vanilla scent too, also. But yeah, it's coming out in December 22. It looks like a cool story. I think they like hit the line with like the characters. Zac Efron, of course, you guys all know him. He's gonna be one of the brothers in the story. So I think it's cool. Like, I know he puts in a lot of work just to get in shape for the movies, and his acting is cool too. Like, I mean, he was in High School Musical. Like, I know y'all watch it. Y'all motherfuckers watch High School Musical. I didn't actually, but because I didn't have Disney Channel at that time, or else I would have. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a lot of cool movies in December, November. I don't know. I like winter, basically, you know? Like, well, I love winter.
Yeah, for those of you guys who don't know about the Iron Claw, it's a movie with Zac Efron, like you mentioned. It also has that guy from The Bear, that really big
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. And then
I forget his name.
The wrestler from AEW.
Yeah, MJF's going to be in it. And a lot of cool, I'm sure they're going to have a lot of cool wrestling cameos.
Yeah, but the trailer looks cool.
So the Von Erich story is about a legendary wrestling family in the South. And they were like 4 or 5 brothers, and their dad was a wrestler too.
Texas.
And if you watch Dark Side of the Ring, you'll see it's like the most, not to spoil anything, but it's one of the most tragic stories in wrestling history. People always think Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, which those are tragic.
They are,
too.
but like this
happened before.
Like imagine your
social
brothers
media.
dying like nasty, you know, like.
Yeah, and it's like there's 4 of you guys or 5 of you guys, and there's like 1 left, right? And there's this reason behind that, and I'll let you guys watch it. I'm really excited for the Iron Claw movie. I hope it's really good.
Yeah, we have Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese coming out with that Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro movie.
Can't wait.
That's just gonna be sick as fuck, dude. I saw the trailer. That shit gave me some Red Dead Redemption 2 vibes when you do missions with the Native Americans. Yeah, dude, that shit's crazy. It's about like the oil companies taking over and stuff like that. Man, that's gonna be so.
Is
cool.
it? I mean, anything Martin Scorsese or Brad Pitt. I mean, fucking Leonardo DiCaprio. Or
damn, you know something I don't know? Brad Pitt's gonna come out.
Basically, when one of them are involved in a movie, like it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's never gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's not gonna be shitty, you know. Like
no, definitely.
So I'm looking forward to that too. Also,
a lot of cool movies, man. I'm also excited for the new Saw movie. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, what the fuck? I like horror. Well, I don't call myself a horror movie because I only like Halloween.
But you do like horror movies, though.
I do like horror in a way.
I disagree with you. You like horror movies. You know a lot more than I do.
One movie that I go watch by myself.
Boogeyman?
For a bit, I thought that shit sucked. There was a time when I was sitting in the theaters. I'm like, fuck, why did I go watch this shit? Like Kobo was right.
It was funny because you were just texting me how scared you were. You're like, pinche boogeyman.
It was scary for a bit.
You were like, yeah, I'm just getting texts. First of all, the number 1 rule in the movie is don't fucking pull your phone out. And I'm just chilling at home, and I just hear ding, ding, ding. This was blowing on my phone. And like, pinche boogeyman, si da miedo. You were like, pinches gritos feos que se echa el boogeyman.
And you know what I hated the most out of that day?
What?
That a couple sat like in back of me, and I couldn't fucking like chew my popcorn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like, oh,
that's so bad.
Now I gotta be like silent about it.
You like to like eat like loud and shit?
Not loud, but like I like enjoying my shit, you know? Like now I can't get like a handful of popcorn and fucking...
What about if I tell you fuck that couple? Yeah, movie theater.
Yeah, but if you were there, it would be different. Like I wouldn't give a fuck, but I'm by myself, you know? Like
they're gonna be like, oh, no wonder this was by himself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna think I'm like a creep or something, you know?
Yeah, definitely. You invited me to that. Don't ever invite me to some bullshit like that.
Well, I don't want it to be... I don't know. It sucks sometimes, like going to movies, but it's boring, you know.
You know, Vanessa says she likes doing that. Yeah,
like I like doing it, but like sometimes, like oh, like if this was here, like it'd be cooler, you know. Like,
oh, of course, yeah. Well, I think that shit with anyone every time.
Because like I like going by myself. But, like,
even like I'll be like sleeping in my bed. I'll be like, if he was next to me, it'd be way cooler. But yeah, that's a good point, dude. A lot of cool shit. Did you watch AEW Dynamite yesterday?
I didn't actually, but I saw Tony Khan tweeting it on Twitter. Like, oh, thank you for all like the people who watch AEW Dynamite, and I heard it was cool.
Oh man, it was so good. It was probably the best wrestling show I've seen in a while.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Like in the last 10 years?
Because Dynamite is like their Monday Night Raw kind of.
Oh, okay.
And then Collision is their SmackDown, and then Rampage is like their NXT, where they have like the younger guys that.
What days does Rampage air? Like on TV?
It's usually on Wednesdays, but they did this one on Tuesdays because of football.
Oh, okay.
So Tony Khan was smart with that. He didn't want to play with that.
Definitely. Like football's gonna ruin your ratings.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't like the Attitude Era where Attitude Era would beat Monday Night Football sometimes.
Oh shit,
it would. True. Yep.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you've shared this fun fact, but they had WWF on a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I think I have talked about this actually.
Or I think you have.
It was a halftime show. It was Mankind versus The Rock in an empty arena. And The Rock won by putting a forklift on top of him with like a stack pallets. I think he was the last man standing. Yeah.
That's crazy.
If I'm correct. Which, if you ever rewatch, I'll tell you what match to watch. Watch Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, last man standing. It was also in an empty arena because it was COVID time. That last man standing was so good. Kevin Owens puts the forks up all the way, does a swanton bomb off the forks. OSHA. Yeah, and then he just fucking does cool shit. And then he handcuffs Roman Reigns to a pole, and he can't get up. And the referee's counting 1 through 10, and he can't get up, even though he's like not knocked out. Like he can't. That's the rule. You got to put your feet up. And then the referee gets to 9, and Roman Reigns doesn't know what to do, so he just fucking knocks the referee out. So that's such a heel move, you know. So the referee stops counting, And then after that, Paul Heyman gets the keys and unlocks it for him. And then Roman Reigns just chokes Kevin Owens out and he wins.
Oh, shit.
Such a good match, dude. But yeah, man, going back to AEW, I like what they're doing right now, dude.
Tony Khan's the future of wrestling or no? After say if Vince McMahon passes away.
Tony Khan needs to figure some shit out first. He has to stop being kind of a mark for the wrestlers. He's got to be a little more of a boss.
He's too nice.
I feel that way.
Yeah.
If you fired Punk, fire Jungle Boy too. Shit like that, you know.
Oh, okay, see, I understand.
But why didn't he fire Jungle Boy? If I'm making assumptions, it's because not only because he likes him, but he's a Bullet Club guy.
Oh, okay.
All the Bullet Club guys like him. All the Bullet Club guys hate CM Punk. So that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Where if he fixes those stuff, you'd be set. So for those of you guys that watch wrestling, how good is Christian Cage right now, man? He's fucking killing it, dude. Shout out Christian Cage, the father figure we all need. And seeing Edge back to an AEW, it's so cool. There's something cool about seeing someone have fun. And when you see Edge have fun, it's like super cool. You know he's excited about it. He's been getting me into wrestling again on the AEW side. And there's a reason why NXT, WWE, their developmental program, they go head to head with Dynamite. There's a reason why they had to bring back The Undertaker. There's a reason why they had to bring John Cena, why they had to bring Cody Rhodes, why they had to bring Paul Heyman, why they had to bring Rhea Ripley. They're doing that because they're feeling it. And the fact that they're feeling it is really good. And I'm honestly disappointed in some wrestling fans for celebrating the fact that NXT slightly won that ratings war for that episode, because you should be excited about people watching wrestling in general.
Competition.
Exactly. Competition
makes everything better.
Creates cash. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You don't want to be that. Like, we won. It's like, you guys won, but you also have to bring out The Undertaker. You also have to bring out John Cena. You also have to bring out LA Knight. You also have to bring out Rhea Ripley. You have to bring out Cody Rhodes. You have to bring out Paul Heyman. And AEW just had AEW people, you know. Obviously, like Edge used to be WWE, but he's AEW now.
Yeah.
And Christian Cage has just been killing it, dude.
Yeah, I saw you were showing me his promos.
I am not their friend. I am their father.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's so fucking funny, dude. He's so good. 49 years old, dude.
Looking good.
Being a top guy again. Looking good. That's what happens when you take care of yourself in that business. Even Edge.
Yeah, Edge, see.
Like, I think they're around the same age. Like, he looks good. Obviously, like, se ve viejito, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna look older.
But it's not Ric Flair la tristeza.
Yeah, like Ric Flair could barely move, like, you know, his knees hurt, you know.
Did you see he wants one more match?
When is one more match?
What do you do if you're like Ric Flair's daughter? Or do you think she's just over it? I don't want to assume family business.
I think she's over it. I mean, I think she knows that she can't control Ric Flair.
I don't think anyone can control Ric Flair.
Well, nobody.
And that's the thing when we talked about that on, I think like 3 episodes ago, when he did that Kill Tony thing where it was like, oh, well, he was fucked up. Like, that's sad. It's like, he's openly said he's never going to stop drinking. Like, no one, how often could you tell someone to fix themselves? If they don't want to do it, then nothing's going to work, you know?
They're gone to waste, basically.
Because they even said it in his documentary, like, Ric Flair believes he's Ric Flair. Like, he never turns it off, you know? Like, The Undertaker doesn't act dead. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine just going to fucking Walmart and trying to buy, like, a steak and say I'm the dead man.
Yeah, and the lights just turn off at the Walmart and shit. Fucking, yeah. But Ric Flair, he is Ric Flair. He fucking has Rolexes. He hits on bitches. He gets drunk. Like, he's Ric Flair. But there gets to a point where it's just a little sad now, you know? It's like, all right, Theo, like, let's go to bed.
Like you're
already,
a clown.
You know? Yeah, like, you're like a little bit of a clown already. And that's what I'm wondering, like, what do you tell Ric Flair if you're, like, his family member, you know?
I think he's just, like, so cool. Or, like, so cool in a way where, like, oh, you know what? Leave him on. Don't turn him off.
Yeah. Where it's still like, Ric Flair.
It benefits a family of, like, oh, him making so money, you know? Like, You know what? Fuck it. Like, he's going to die almost, you know? That's what I think. I
respect some sort of way where, like, I do agree he's old already. I kind of do get, at this point, let's do it my way. Like, ya pa que, you know?
I mean, yeah, pa que.
So, that's kind of what I get. It's like in Breaking Bad when Walter White's smoking a cigar and they go like, "Oh, do you think that's okay? Like, you have lung cancer?" And he goes, "I already have lung cancer. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen to me?" You know?
Yeah.
And he still fucking smokes that cigar. You know? I've kind of get some mentality of like, all right, well, this is who I am now. You know?
Yeah.
Even Hulk Hogan told Theo Von I stopped worrying about him because why am I gonna worry about him if they're still great friends. But Hulk Hogan's point is like, I'm not gonna be worrying about him, calling him, checking on him if he doesn't care anymore, you know? Mm-hmm. So he basically just said, like, yeah, one day I'm going to wake up and he's going to be dead. And then I get it now. Like, Hulk Hogan accepted it 100%. And even Theo Von said it, like, yeah, some people are just, they have their mind made up already.
Yep.
So, yeah. It's like Elaine Stanley from Alice in Chains. Like, I'm never going to fucking fix myself. This is who I am. And
he was so young, though.
But you get to that point, and I know drugs is different than alcohol, but still, you know.
Yeah, I know. His case is actually like 20, I don't know,
something stupid like that.
20 in the 20s, basically.
29,
early 30s maybe.
Yeah.
But still like fuck.
Something like that. Yeah. But what do you think about AEW? You think they have a chance?
I think they have a chance. I see them staying forever, you know, as WWE. I don't think they're gonna be taking WWE out of business, but I think they're gonna be like the main competitor. Where now it's I don't know. Now there's like two major league promotions in the USA where you've never seen it. Usually you'll just see the MLB going against themselves.
Yeah.
In the NFL you'll see XFL, but who the fuck gives a fuck about XFL? They're not on ESPN, you know?
Yeah.
NBA, like people care about the NBA, not the WBA or whatever it's called.
Yeah, exactly. WNBA.
Now in wrestling promotions in the United States, now there's two major promotions, AEW and WWE.
The one thing that does bum me out about AEW is just seeing. Well, I'll talk about this when we talked about what AEW needs to do. In my opinion, right? I'm not Tony Khan. They need to know when and where to travel. Like they did.
Because where do they go?
Like, for example, they did some show in Utah a couple weeks ago, and it was like the crowd was like sad. It was like dead. Like they turned off the lights in the crowd because they didn't want to show the empty seats. At this point, you're not WWE yet, where wherever you go, whether people talk shit about the product or not, people are going to go. You're not at that point yet. Travel the East Coast, travel the West Coast, some Midwest. Know your wrestling towns.
Where do they go a lot?
I like East Coast a lot.
Okay.
Which is like cool.
Have they been to LA a lot or like San Diego or
That's the thing. Like they haven't gone. I think they've gone to LA like a couple times. I'm not saying they don't come. But my point is what I'm saying is like.
I think they would even fill up the Toyota Arena in Ontario.
What I'm saying is like WWE can go to Saskatchewan. You know what I'm saying? And they'll sell it out. Because they're WWE. Can fucking AEW go to Saskatchewan? No. And then all that does is make it look sad. Like no one's coming. There's no point. So my thing is if I had a little magic wand, I would choose where we travel. And if we do to go to those places, do a smaller arena. Something wrong with that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's their thing. We're like, calm down. We know they could sell out that UK arena, Wembley. We know they could fucking do that shit.
Well, UK is a fan base for...
But if they're big wrestling fans. And you know soccer better than me. They're one of the rowdiest, fucking most fun crowds ever.
They're very...
active and included.
Yeah. They're very passionate.
Exactly. But don't play that game in town.
You're not there yet. Yeah. You're basically not there yet.
Yeah. Don't play that game where you don't know if you might succeed because then you're going to turn the lights off and it looks sad. And then people on Twitter, WWE fans start talking shit. How like they can't even sell tickets. Don't do that yet. That's my advice for that. But
the only good part you could take from there is that Tony Khan is taking risk.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like he's not scared of rolling the dice.
No, yeah, that was a funny... I'll show you it later where they asked Tony Khan. It was like years ago. Like a couple years, like maybe 2 years ago, where they go like, oh, yeah, NXT, but you guys... someone asked him a question like, oh, you guys have lost the ratings to NXT like for like a whole month or something like that. Don't quote me on it. And he goes, I'm not going to fucking take that shit. He goes, I'm not Jim Crockett. I have way more fucking money than Jim Crockett Promotions, an old promotion in the Mid-South that got ran out by WWE. Like saying, like, yeah, maybe the smaller promoter, but I got a hell of a lot more fucking money than
he
Jim
does.
Crockett.
I mean, I think they have a net worth of $2 billion.
Yeah.
But Tony Khan, I'm going to say it right here. Off Topic Podcast and Tony Khan are going to purchase Atletico Morelia for a whopping easy money, $50 million. And we're going to conquer the MX League.
Damn. Okay.
I could affirm that.
Hell yeah. I'm excited, man.
Bringing the best players, the European players and the Mexican players.
He's got to sell some other team, huh?
The Jacksonville Jaguars, like, honestly, like, you'll be making more money in soccer than with that team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like, not the Raiders sell a lot of money, we would like to purchase them later on, but they're too expensive.
A lot of stuff changing, man. I saw this thing on UFC. They're not going to do USADA anymore. They're not going to do
really?
U.S. Anti-Doping Agency.
How do you take that as news? Like, now that USADA was kind of a problem or a wall against a lot of fighters, how do you see it now?
It was, right? The reason I'm not anti-USADA, right?
Correct. There has to be rules, I believe,
but USADA knew Brock Lesnar was dirty. Whatever the fuck happened, I don't know. I don't want to assume. I love Dana White. I don't want to assume anything. For some reason, they didn't get that test until after he already beat the shit out of Mark Hunt. So if that can happen anyway, USADA only works if it's 100% impenetrable. Because what do they say? Even in the workplace, I can't give you weekends off because then he's going to want weekends off. I can't give you a raise because then he's going to want a raise. If it doesn't work for everybody, don't even do it. Where we've seen fighters that are so obviously on steroids. Conor McGregor got huge. And I get it. Doctors do give you steroids. He broke his leg nasty. Doctors do give you steroids to recover. They help you recover. But he was obviously on steroids. Why wasn't USADA? Why is it so easy for him to pull out of USADA testing? And then all of a sudden, now that he wants to fight Chandler in December, he's back in the pool? What happened to the whole, you have to be 6 months in the pool before you fight again when you leave the pool? That used to be a rule.
I remember.
Because it's Conor McGregor, which I want to see him fight December. You want to see him fight. So my point is, if it doesn't apply to everyone, don't even fucking have it. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think the same thing. Like, if there's a promotion, or not even a promotion, if there's like a testing agency that's just getting into a lot of fighters' way, and at the end of the day, you're only benefiting one, it's not gonna work. At the end of the day, you're going to have a lot of legal issues. Might as well just terminate that, and then it's up to the UFC. I feel like maybe the UFC should have some regulations with that. Like maybe minimize the the steroid testing. Like maybe have it every 2 months, or I don't know.
Because come up
with a plan, basically.
Come up with a plan. I don't want them fucking looking like 80s wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I also understand, like, if you're fucking old, like, I want to see steroid Chael Sonnen. You know what I'm saying? That was the best Chael Sonnen ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. I have a quote from Gordon Ryan here, if you want to see it, because obviously Gordon Ryan's on a shitload of steroids, even though he is the GOAT of no-gi jiu-jitsu. He goes, the higher the testosterone, the more physical the athletes are. The less prone to injury they are, the faster they recover, the longer they can compete, and the more entertaining and high-paced they are. The better they look, the more attention they draw, the more money they make. I think he makes a good point right there, too.
He does.
Where maybe we could see Conor fight again 3-4 times. Remember he used to fight 3 times a year?
Yeah.
And now he fights like once every 2 years. I'm not saying it's just because he doesn't have steroids. I'm just saying like that recovery, you know what I'm saying?
I think that will be the same to fights.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to want to fight it 6 times just due to more like brain damage.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they'll still like...
But also though, like let's say you smoke someone real quick, first round, like why can't he fight again?
Oh,
stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
You could pull in even 4 fights if you do them really perfect, you know?
Because Chael Sonnen even said it, like, the workouts I could do, even when he was a Bellator, he's already old. The workouts, I can do the same workouts I did when I was young. But what's the part after that? The recovery. That's what took longer.
Recovery is,
Recovery is everything. And I'm sure it applies to soccer, too.
Correct.
And I'm sure it applies to every sport where Chael Sonnen said, yeah, I could do the same drills I did when I was fucking 32. But am I going to get up at 5 a.m. to run again the next day? Maybe not. So I'm excited for that. I mean, I'm not excited for it. We'll see how it goes.
It's a new page for the UFC, and hopefully everything goes well, you know?
That's probably one of the biggest failures, though, in MMA.
The
USADA. Yeah.
That and Reebok.
That and Reebok. Yeah, Reebok, the merch was wild. We designed better merch than Reebok, to be honest with you.
I mean, Reebok had everything, though. Like, not everything was bad, but they would like make some big ass mistakes too, like
Misspelling.
Yeah,
Shit that doesn't even happen to us.
like how do you do that? You know, like
Yeah.
in a headquarter, like where you have all the new advanced technologies. Like how do you do that?
Definitely.
Like, gotta know.
I'm excited. I'm sure the fighters are pumped. Watch a lot of fighters come back.
Oh fuck yeah!
Watch Cerrone fight again.
Nah, I think Cerrone. Cerrone's like, are you?
Nah, he'll fight again.
You
Watch.
think Cerrone?
Yeah. He's been on stage. He's openly said that when he retired, he hopped on steroids and he's loving it. And he's like fucking huge now.
I haven't seen. I don't think I follow him in the new
Yeah.
account that I made, but damn,
Yeah. I'm going to take a piss.
you're good. Damn, that's crazy. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean, maybe that'll make some dream matchups that we haven't seen, or it'll change the pool that what they have in titles, like say lightweight contenders at the moment. Maybe now you're gonna see new faces in the industry, or bring new people from belts or any other promotions. So that's what I think that's going to happen. Yeah, it's a new page, but yeah, so much shit going on. Good thing I'm not in war with those people on the other side. You know that confusing war, Israelis and Palestinians. I know. There's no war in off topic. You think they're gonna? Somebody was scared. They said that the war that's happening is gonna keep gas prices up.
He's like, fuck, all these people are going to die, but also, shit, my gas prices.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
Too much commotion.
October's kind of cool.
I like October.
I'm excited for that Dillon. I can't believe Dillon Danis has not pulled out yet.
Oh, I know. I heard. Yeah.
What do you think about it, bro? Like, do you think? First of all, do you think he took it too far, and do you think there is such thing as taking it too far? Go ahead.
Logan Paul's a social media person too, as well. Like, you should be ready for that. You shouldn't be surprised, you know. I mean, and then the person you're dating, like, come on, like, you know, no disrespect.
Which is fine. No
disrespect to the person, but like, know that there's a lot of fire on you already, you know. So, I feel like there's no. When there's a promotion for a fight, there's no limits to it. There's never been a rule to like, oh, you could say this, you could say that. It's not the Italian mob. Like, whatever it goes. And at the end of the day, that's why there's a ring or an arena to fight and to diffuse a beef or drop it.
Or shut somebody up.
Yeah. Or don't even make the fight if you're that person, you know?
Exactly.
It does suck. My bad. I don't agree with the things Dillon did, but like, it's just part of the game.
Yeah, like, when I knock out Mario from Buick and Huevos, like, I'm not going to insult his family or anything. Like, I'm sure they're perfectly nice.
Mm-hmm.
But he should also be ready for some sick promos I'm going to cut, you know?
Yeah.
Now, all jokes aside, this is a thing that people aren't understanding with Logan Paul. And I hope his team tells him this. And I'm making a great point right now. I'll say it. If I'm Logan Paul's next fight, let's say I'm another YouTuber. Why the fuck would I sign a fight with a guy who might sue me? Why? There's no reason for me to fight him. Why would I only fight him? To make money. How does he make money? You promote it. Now it's limiting the way I promote the fight. It might cost me money when I get sued. If I don't go through with it because of the lawsuit, I'll look like a pussy. He's not understanding the future of it. If he wants to keep doing this influencer boxing he's doing, that's the worst thing he could have done. Tyson Fury talks a lot of shit too. And he says he wants to fight Tyson Fury, he'd kill him.
Fuck yeah.
Why would you do that? Imagine if you fought Nate. Jake fought Nate. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Nate talks so much shit. Imagine if you fought Conor.
Fuck.
Dude. Why would anyone fight him when you can get sued? It's like if someone that we want as a guest, it's like, hey, yeah, I'll be on your podcast, but hey, I might sue you guys. I have my lawyer right here.
Fuck no.
I would not gonna have that fool on.
No.
I don't want to do business with that guy. I don't even want to see that guy. And that's what Logan's not understanding. Also, it doesn't help Logan when he says shit like, I'm going to make him go bankrupt even after the fight. I'm going to sue him for everything he's got. I'm going to have him on the streets. Like, I don't want to fight you then. So, think about it. Think about what you're doing, Logan. You're an influencer. You've talked shit about people many times. You've gotten personal many times. You brought up Dillon Danis' mom, and you brought up Dillon Danis' ex-girlfriend that Jake Paul fucked her, and all of a sudden you draw this line because it's your girl? That's ridiculous. And I'm so disappointed in him, not as a person, but as a content creator.
Mm-hmm.
You should be ready for that. And he wasn't. And now you know that is because the girl's telling him something.
Obviously.
Yeah, 100%. Pillow talk is crazy.
Distraction.
That's all it is. When Jake Paul fought Ben Askren, Jake Paul talked shit about Ben Askren's wife too.
Yeah, I remember.
And Ben Askren had his back. He had Dillon Danis' back where he said, I don't even like Dillon Danis. I fucking hate him. Dillon Danis talks so much shit about me, but Logan's wrong. And it's true. Because Ben Askren made a great point. He's like, my wife knows that I love her. And like, no matter what anyone says, she's not going to get affected by that. She's not on social media. She didn't care about that. But this girl is a model. She lives on social media, which all power to her, you know? So everyone is agreeing with Dillon, and no one even likes Dillon. Logan turned heel by trying to defend his wife or his fiance.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy part, which is true. Like,
I like Logan too, but
you do.
You're in the wrong.
You're in the wrong right now. And it's true. Like, Dillon Danis even said, like, I can take it. That's my thing. I haven't changed. I still talk shit, and people talk shit about me, and I can take it. It's true. Dillon Danis never reports anyone, never sues anyone. Like, there was a point where he was the laughing stock of everyone, and he never once did shit like that.
I remember for a bit. Yeah, he was on.
Yeah. But I will say this. Everyone all of a sudden, oh, Dillon's winning me over. We've liked Dillon Danis for fucking 6 years.
I remember when he debuted in Bellator.
Before that.
Or before that,
when Conor was going to fight Nate the second time, I was like, oh, he brought in Dillon Danis. And I started sending you posts to Dillon Danis, like, oh, this was fresh. Like, he's cool.
with his Gucci shirt on.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember.
So, that's my thing about that.
Off Topic's going to have all their money on Dillon that day. We're going to be there in the front row. You're going to see us right there, you know?
I think Dillon. All right, prediction. Who do you think wins?
I think Dillon's going to win.
I think Dillon wins.
I mean,
if it was Dillon versus Jake.
Oh, but yeah. I would even put my money on Dillon, though.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
Wow.
I feel like Dillon hasn't showed most of his skills that he really has. He's a nasty at the end of the day.
So's Logan, though.
Dillon's been more in the fighting world.
Yeah.
I mean, Logan and Jake llegaron de arrimados, with all due respect.
I give Jake more props, though, because I can tell Jake enjoys boxing more than anything.
Yeah.
I feel like Logan, it's like a thing where, like, dude, you're 0-2. Like you lost to KSI. Like it's fine. KSI is such a nerd too.
I mean, yeah, he is.
Like all these guys, like you have millions of dollars, you get the best trainers and everything, but you still look like a nerd. Like you still act like a nerd. Like it's ridiculous, dude. Mm-hmm. So we're Team Dillon, dude.
Team Dillon all the way.
Yeah, man. Damn.
I think
this episode went pretty long.
Really?
Oh yeah, almost an hour.
Oh shit.
Yeah, guys. So
we were at 30 minutes.
Thank you for your fan questions, guys. Thank you for everything, for supporting the Off Topic podcast. We really appreciate it.
Thank you guys for growing the platform. I mean, we're on all 7 continents of the world now.
Yeah.
After 100 episodes.
We're taking over, man. Someone told us we're like the NWO of podcasting.
That's funny.
But I got something better. I think you and I are the Bullet Club, man. We're younger, we're better, and we're growing. So yeah. I'm Cole with the Gorilla.
And I'm H.
And we're out.
just to be.